What inspired you to like create the festival back in the 90s?
Um, I mean, I arrived the UK in the 90s, and at the time there was not much to screen films on in relation to Palestine, and I feel there is a need for that at the time, and I met people who were always looking for ways to watch films in relation to Palestine and so on. So I thought maybe that's a at the time. There was no film festivals in relation to Palestine at the time. And we started with a group of amazing people I met that time. We started to screen films in SOAS, and this is where the film festival started as a festival, but it meant to be in the university as a film festival inside the university. And then we noticed there is a great interest from the public, the audiences, the students, everyone that, they want more to see in terms of films. Every film we screened was, the attendance was very, very successful. And then um, expanded itself. Then we went to the Barbican. Barbican became our home. So the way we did it is 1 week in the Barbican, 1 week in the universities. And recently, a few years ago, we started to expand our collaboration with other cinemas in London,
Mhm.
and as you can see today, yes.
Yeah. And then I feel like there's lots of there's lots of importance surrounding Palestine films, but what keeps you going? Like what keeps you inspired all these years later to
Every year,
continue the festival?
yeah, every year we can see that the interest of the audiences and the public to understand more about Palestine is in increase, and that's something very inspiring for me. That I can see that more and more audiences and people want to know and learn more about Palestine and the Palestinians. So that's something keep me going. That's the important things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I can see there is a beautiful shift and increase in the younger audiences in our festival, and that's another reason. And the last thing is the beautiful diversity of the audiences come to our festival from Palestinians, from non-Palestinians, Europeans, second generation, people from the Jewish community, and so on. And so this beautiful diversity is also an inspiration for me to make sure the festival is continuing and growing.
Yeah. That's lovely. How does it feel to have had the festival running for so many years?
So, say it again, sorry.
How do you feel having had the festival running for so many years?
I'm just thinking how to keep it running for the next 25 years.
So just
So
what?
So yeah, I mean it has this kind of like organic growth happening since it started, and it has this organic continuation and sustainability, and that's important. And and I'm just hoping it will continue uh, this way. You know, our festival is more to focus on the public and engage with the public. It's not like an industry festival, so it's not film making industry festival. It's not, it's not a red carpet festival.
Yeah.
The way we design the festival, the way we design the program and all these things is our main focus and target is we want to outreach to a wider audiences and public, and we hope just to keep it going this way. That's our main thing at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you've spoken about like that you started it in the university and then the Barbican in the university, and now you've expanded to other cinemas. Has the festival changed in any other aspect over the decades?
Give me example if you ask this, like aspect, like what?
Um,
What do you have in mind?
hmm, I don't that's good. That question. Like, do you find, well, I guess you talked about the audiences too. Maybe the stories being told through the films, because a lot more has come like is in the news, but the stories are like the films are a different type of way to educate
Yeah.
people than them just watching the news. Like, has anything like have the stories changed? Have they gone like darker? The way you choose films and
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
changed?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the cinema reflects the reality happening in Palestine somehow. That's
Hmm.
that's for sure. And Palestinian filmmakers, from my point of view, also the filmmaker make films on Palestine. They are influenced by the awful reality that it's happening day to day there for the last more than 80 years, you know. So that's something we cannot take it away from the films related to Palestine. Um, of course, here becomes also you have a great number of films that the filmmakers have their personal kind of like experience and family experience. And so sometimes they bring this into their filmmaking, which is interesting to see that, you know. Um, Now you have filmmakers digging into the history of Palestine. So, for example, you have the Palestine 36 film,
Hmm.
which revisit the history of the Palestinian revolt uprising against the British mandate colonizers in 1936. So you have this kind of like there are lots of films, experimental films happening. Now. Because of the genocide happening, also the filmmakers are giving direction to bring the stories happening during the genocide, stories of people such as you have Hind Rajab, the voice
Hmm.
of Hind Rajab as well, and more films like that will come out in the future, you know. So at the end, of course, the films making on Palestine is influenced by what's happening daily there and so on. So,
Yeah. So it's changing, but it's not
no, it's been
like
always similar to that, but
there.
it's you have
Yeah.
more. It's
It,
always like filmmakers wanted to bring the narrative, Palestinian narrative, in about the Nakba, about occupation, about Intifada, about this. You know, was always there. You know,
yeah.
um, yeah. Sorry, but now
It's okay.
it's becoming maybe we have more and more filmmakers, and
Hmm.
and that's and they have to deal with the new challenges of the time as well. And it's nice to see filmmakers now. They have good like great ambitions to do high budget films, and try to make reality to make films on a high budget, which is interesting to see, as well as filmmakers trying to make films with low budget as well, and keeping the quality and keeping the stories and so on. So yeah.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of like the future has a lot of opportunities for more stories to be told for sure. So you've expanded outside of London this year, so there's like some showing up in Liverpool. Would you ever want to take the festival outside of the UK or like find a way to get a wider audience?
No, I mean, we happy to keep doing our festival in London.
Hmm.
Uh, we run our festival with limited capacity and resources, and we just okay to keep it happening this way. Outside London, we sometimes do screening, but it's not a festival outside London. Already, there are other festivals, Palestine festivals happening in Bristol, Leeds, and hopefully in Glasgow and Edinburgh as well. And hopefully more people will take this similar initiative and do in other UK cities, And
Yes.
this is where we hope that we will help and knit and collaborate together and help each other to make sure each festival doing what they have to do.
That's yeah, that makes sense. That's good. Um, from from the festival, from having it run so many years, do you have a favorite memory or like anything that sticks out over the years that if that
I
makes
mean,
sense?
yeah. There is, I mean, there is lots of a beautiful story I can tell you, of course.
Yeah.
But to me, the most beautiful thing is like how we started it in the classrooms in the university, and then went to the Barbican, and just was like university and Barbican kind of festival. And now we have many cinemas welcoming us to have our festival there, even sometimes there are more cinemas want us to work with them, but we don't have the longer program to add more films in other cinemas. So to me, this is a beautiful memory, how it started and how today we are welcome to work with more partners and so on. Where at the time when we started it, everyone was not, ambiguous about it, or not sure, or scared, or self-censorship, or all these things, you know. And now these taboos are kind of like gone in a way. That's something beautiful. The other thing is, which is I find it very beautiful, is we can see more and more younger generation, younger people have more interest to come and learn about Palestine, where and that's something we've been noticing for the last 6, 7 years, that the younger audience is becoming the majority of the audiences, you know. And that's something, you know, we enjoy, we celebrate as a success, you know.
Yeah, thank you. From your films, you have a really good selection of films this year. What films or like a film like are you looking forward to people seeing through at this festival?
Um, what I want to I it's all the program. There are lots of film screening, there are lots of sessions already sold out. So people need to hurry up in a way to
Yeah.
capture whatever they can. It's difficult for me to say what film to go and watch because we are programming the festival, and you know, we tell the audience all the films are beautiful. You have to come and see
Yeah.
them. There is, you know, there are very important films, which is like Voice of Hind Rajab, Palestine 36, and other films like, you know, but nothing is more important than the other. It just festival, you have a variety of films. And if you go through the synopsis of all the films, maybe you will decide what film really you want to go
Hmm.
and see, you know. You know, maybe people don't want to go and watch a film and cry, so they do want to go and see Hind Rajab, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so on. So yeah, it's nice if people. To us also, it's a beautiful. We don't want to tell people what to go and watch. We just want them
Yeah.
to go through the program, enjoy the program of it, think about it. You know, it's not you don't have to go and watch a film you read about. It's nice also to read about other films you don't watch. You know, so
Yeah.
and each synopsis has a bit of interesting information and knowledge you can take with you, even if you do watch the film.
Yeah, for sure. So just I feel like you have summarized or you've said this, but I'm going to ask just to end it. If you could summarize why people should attend the festival, what would you like if you had like a couple words, how would you end it and like just to share with why you think people should attend?
I mean, today, Palestine and what's happening and the genocide happening now in Palestine had make people have wanted to learn more about Palestine, you know. And today, to me, Palestine is not only representing the oppression and that happening only to the Palestinians. People can see Palestine also is in a way it represents all other oppressions happening in the world. You know, it's becoming symbol of liberation to other people as well, even you know, in all levels. So that's why today Palestine is not only a political issue happening between Palestinians and Israelis. It has a global involvement in it. It influenced the global politics, and the global politics influence Palestine. So that you have this kind of important necessity or responsibility for audience to understand many things happening in the world. You need to learn about Palestine, you know.
Mhm.
And the cinema and the films are one way to learn something about Palestine and the Palestinians, because you will see how much in common lots of issues that the Palestinians going through also reflect other people's. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
That does make sense. Yeah. So yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time today and for creating the festival. I do hope
Thank you.
it goes well this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing the films I'm able to see. So
You're
thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.